Hi everyone, I hope you're all keeping well. So this week's project, if you saw last week's video, you'll have seen me make this card using scraps that I had in my cardstock pockets and flowers that I've cut previously with the ScanNCut, and I've got a box on my desk with all these extra bits in. So I showed you how to make this card and I gave you all the sizes. So I've made 3 more to go with this. So this was the one I did in the video, wishing you all the happiness you can imagine. This is from the Happiness Abounds stamp set, which is part of the Hues of Happiness suite. This is the Hues of Happiness paper and the flowers are all from the paper. So I've done another one. I've kept all the design the same. I've just grabbed different bits of scraps from my Hues of Happiness. And this one I've done Best Wishes. All these greetings are, as I say, from Happiness Abounds. I've done another one that says Friend. And I've done another one that says Happy Birthday. So that's a set of 4 cards. And I'm going to put 4 envelopes with them. Now for today's video, I'm going to show you how to make a pocket to put them in so you can give this as a gift. Now this is actually going to be a UK customer giveaway. So for the month of September 2022, from the 1st to the 30th of September, if you shop with me in my Stampin' Up shop, which is applelover53.stampinup.net, and you spend £25 or over before postage and packing, I'm going to put all the customer names into a drawer, and on the 1st of October I'll draw 1 name from anybody that shopped with me. It doesn't matter how many times in the month you shop. Also, please remember to use the monthly host code, which will be posted on the homepage of my website. It's on my Stampin' Up shop homepage. It's on my Facebook page pinned to the top. So if you use the September host code and you shop between the 1st and the 30th of September, I will put all the customer names into a hat on the 1st of October and I'll draw 1 name, and that 1 person will be sent this as a gift from me. So I'm going to show you, as I say today, how to make a little pocket to put this in, so it's going to be a complete gift. So again, I've got a piece of the Hues of Happiness paper. I mean, the flowers are beautiful. This is what I've been cutting all the flowers from with my ScanNCut machine, but there are dies that cut these as well if you don't have a ScanNCut. And as I say, this is my little box. It's getting a little bit depleted now, so I'm nearly through this packet of Hues of Happiness, but I might be able to get a few more out to make a few more projects. But because I used this particular paper on the very first card, I thought I'd use that for this pocket. So this is a piece of 12 by 12. So you can do this on your Stampin' Up trimmer with the scoring blade, or if you've got a Simply Scored, then use your Simply Scored. I'm going to use the bigger end of the ball tool. This comes with your Simply Scored scoring board, just because this is designer series paper and I don't want to rip it. So with your 12 by 12 piece of paper in your trimmer or on your board, and I would do this, if your paper's got a direction, make sure that your direction is running from top to bottom. So you're going to score at 1/2 inch, 6 inches, and 11.5. Then you're going to rotate it 1 turn to the right. So this would be your bottom if your paper was directional. You're going to score it at 3.5 and 11. Okay, that's your scoring done. So now, just to make this a little bit easier, I'm going to fold on my score lines and burnish them before I go any further. And it's not always easy to see, especially when you're using a dark coloured cardstock, but just take your time. So you just want to fold in on the score lines. Okay, so that should be all of them. So now this is the bottom. Just going to bring in my bigger scissors. You're going to cut a V shape out of this centre section. So this is the 3.5 inch section at the bottom, and there's the fold in the middle. Just going to take like a wedge, a pie shape, not too big, but come in wider from the bottom to the top. This is just going to make it easier to fold. I'm going to do the same. I'm going to use my small scissors now. So the same on either side of this. I'll show you better in a minute when I've done it all. And here. And then I'm going to turn it right round. So this is now the top. So I'm going to remove this top rectangle completely. I'm just going to cut that as a rectangle. I'm not notching or anything on this. And then the same at the top here, you're going to do like a pie shape. So this is how it's looking now. So this is the top. You've got a notch shape in the middle. The two outside areas have been taken away. Then you've got these 2 1/2 inch flaps. You've got notches here and a notch here. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to fold those in and stick those down. They just make the top of the folio just a little bit more substantial. You could cut them off if you wanted to, but I'm going to leave them. So I'm just going to apply some Seal Plus. This is a really strong dry adhesive. So I'm just going to fold those in and burnish them like so. And then these little 1/2 inch tabs here, I'm going to cut down on an angle, just because I think it looks a bit better when it's folded. So I'm just going to chop that down and chop that down. It doesn't have to be perfect. In the great scheme of things, you're probably not, even going to notice it. So that's going to fold in like so. That's going to fold in like so. These are going to fold in, and this is going to fold up and stick together. Now again, you could cut these off if you want, but I just think it adds a little bit more stability if you leave it. So I'm just going to put some adhesive down there. I'm going to hold this down and I'm going to line up the outside edges like so. And then I'm going to do the same on this side. So you've got the little 1/2 inch flap folded in. You could use wet glue and just hold it down, but Seal Plus is, pretty perfect for this. Should hold it well. Fold it over and line up your two outside edges and just burnish it all. So now I'm just going to fold it in half and give it a good old burnish all the way around. So that's my little folio, and your cards and your envelopes are going to go inside. So now what I've done to save some time, so here's the cards and the envelopes. I had this shape on my desk. You could use a rectangle, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to put this on the front, and then I also, in my scrap box, I had a heart cut out from a previous project. Again, this could be a rectangle, it could be a circle, it could be anything you want. This just happened to be on my desk. So I've cut a heart out using Night of Navy ink, which is what I stamped all the greetings in. I've used a Stampin' Right marker and drawn some little dash lines. I've used 2 pieces of scrap, which is the same as from the card, so Daffodil Delight and a piece of the Hues of Happiness paper. I literally just cut them wider than this particular, topper, if you like, and I've flagged the ends on both. See how well you can see that. And then again, I had 2 other little flowers in my box. I've stamped some leaves and coloured them in because I ran out of cut out leaves, and I've added some bling. So this is going to stick on the front, and I've got a piece of our what's this called? Glittered organdy ribbon. I think this is still in stock. Everything I've used will be listed directly under the YouTube video, and it will also be in the accompanying blog post as well. I've cut about a yard of this. It's probably going to be too much, but my idea is I'm going to wrap it round and I'm going to seal it in between the topper and this piece. So I'm going to put the topper on first. I'll put that down flat. So that's going to go like so. I'm going to put a piece or a strip of the adhesive across the middle. Just need to find the centre of my ribbon. So this is the centre of my ribbon. So I'm going to put that like so. So that's held in place there now. And then I'm going to pop this up on dimensionals. And I'm going to put quite a few because I want it not only to stick down to the, the piece of the card, but I also want it to kind of hold on to that ribbon as well as a little bit of extra security. So this is, more dimensionals than I would normally use on a project. But so as I say, if you didn't watch last week's video showing how I made the card, I'll also put a card at the end of this video on screen where you can go back and watch that. A YouTube card, and you can go back and find it and watch it. So that's going to sandwich the ribbon, if you like, now, so that when it's opened it won't fall off. You could put a little bit of adhesive on the back as well if you want. I might put a tiny little bit just in the middle there. You're probably not going to see it with this this organdy ribbon. It doesn't really show through with it being a dry adhesive. So now I'm going to take my 4 cards and my 4 envelopes. I'm going to put 2 envelopes and 2 cards in one side. I've actually only got 1 envelope here because I've run out and I'm waiting for my delivery and it's not arrived in time for me doing this video. But there will be 4 cards and 4 envelopes. That's going to go in there. These little bits on the side just kind of make sure things don't spill out when you fold it together. Then it's going to fold over and I'm just going to fasten it with a nice bow, and that would make a lovely birthday gift for somebody. I'm just going to trim the tails down just slightly. So what have I trimmed off there? Probably trimmed about 3 inches. So I cut about a yard, 36 inches. So maybe 33 inches of ribbon. So that's today's project. So let me just zoom in. I'll try and get some better pictures for the blog post and for the thumbnail at the end. But that's it. So and the finished size is 5.5 by just under 7 3/4. It's about 7 5/8, something like that. So that's today's project. So as I say, opens up, the ribbon will stay in place, and then you've got your 4 cards and your 4 envelopes. So this, as I say, will be a September customer giveaway. So if you shop with me in my Stampin' Up shop, so you have to, this is UK only, by the way. So if you shop with me in my Stampin' Up shop in the month of September and you use my monthly host code, doesn't matter how many times you shop in the month, as long as your order is £25 or over before postage and packing, on the 1st of October, I'll put all the names of the customers that shop with me and I'll draw 1 name and I'll send you out this with your normal handmade thank you card that I send to all my customers. So please give the video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you don't already do so. Leave me any comments underneath the video if you want to see any more videos, or letting me know if you're going to have a go at making it. I know we've all got, stacks of pattern paper that we can use. You can whip these out pretty quickly. And then, maybe throughout the year, if you make cards, put 4 cards and 4 envelopes, and you've got these on hand, and it's nice to be able to give as a birthday gift or a teacher gift at the end of the year. Most people, I think nearly everybody, could always do with a card for somebody throughout the year. So even if you made 4 birthday cards, or a couple of best wishes and a couple of birthdays, or a congratulations or a thinking of you, just make a couple of cards, put them with the envelopes and put them in a little folio pocket. Okay, thank you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.